Hey everybody, I'm streaming again, working on the Open Adult Basic Education Design for Learning project. This is Brittany Brown O'Donnell. I'm trying to get a little stream in here on Friday. So, I'm going to start with this is the Word document I've been working in. And I have Photoshop open today. I finally remembered to grab my tablet and use Photoshop. So, excuse me, there's a cat on my lap. Bring it down. So I left off last time talking about where some things I wanted the learners to do, which was identify current skills, and relate those skills to academic expectations. So I started thinking about it when I wasn't streaming. I try not to spend too much time doing just so I capture this whole process live, but you know, it's hard to do. You always have times where you just think of something, and just thinking I was getting really away from the point. I might have been making way too much and doing way too much. So I was going to talk today about how to scale what I came up with last time back when Donna, I forget your last name right now, sorry, tweeted about critical thinking and how the key part of critical thinking is perhaps communication. Because how would you know if someone's critically thinking or not if they can't communicate them? Which actually tied back in nicely to this lesson and the reading and writing standards. So, if we stick with the reading standard I picked out last time, which, come on, go up. Is the Career and College Readiness Anchor 2, the key meaning of reports, memos, instructions, letters, parents, etc. can be understood. I didn't write the actual full standard here. I just wrote the gist of what I was taking from it, but it was basically comprehension and then determining items to move forward. So that's also a key part of communication, is deciphering those skills. And that, I think, relates back to what I was sort of working on last time with the identifying skills. Perhaps part of this, problem with using the tablet. It's so sensitive. Perhaps part of using or doing this inventory I was talking about last time with identifying skills and stuff. For this specific lesson, I break it down into comprehension, right? So not just identification, but in this determination part, this determination requires the researching the career and determining the career. So that relates back to our anchor. And our standard. So I'm still not entirely sure how this lesson's going to look. I'm going to switch over to Photoshop and just make a couple quick notes here. You've all seen how bad I spell in Word, so it shouldn't be a surprise when I make horrible mistakes in Photoshop. Handwriting things without autocorrect, so please ignore any spelling errors. So starting comprehension with career-related interests and goals. Right, because that'll feed back to this portion. And while I think the most important part of the activity or group of activities would really be this identifying what skills they possess and relating it back, this first step is actually more related to the criteria of the project. If we're going for our career and college readiness goal. So, it's Friday. I put off streaming for a couple hours. I had some good ideas, now I forgot them all. And still wanted to get some stream in, but it might not be very long today if my brain continues to not work. Hopefully I'll get some more in this weekend because I need to get rolling on this project. Alright, so there's different ways, I guess, to break this down into a smaller lesson. There are different ways we could do this. There's a very scaffolded way. Of example careers. And info on them. And then the learners, that was really ugly. Can identify information, key points, takeaways, etc. with comprehension and synthesize that into an essence of that career. The good thing about doing it with a sort of vignettes or case studies approach. Apparently my feed keeps going all loady, I'm sorry. Apparently the internet's not being happy here. If it keeps doing that too much, I'll stop streaming. Back to it. With doing the vignettes is that there's actually some, you can make some more concrete examples and comparisons that they can look to later versus an unscaffolded way, which would just be like go find information about your careers, but that would require a lot more leeway on the teacher at whatever this education system is versus the scaffolded way. And the scaffolded way could lead to, well, it should lead to make this personalized. Do a couple case studies or vignettes of comprehension and then comparison with one that's already been completed or filled out in a way, or identified, marked up, just to kind of see if people are on the same page, and then compare it maybe within others in the class, because there's not always one right answer, of course. Write comparison down. Discuss the reasonings. If you watch Jason's stream, his handwriting is so much better than mine. Sorry, this is a total mess. I might maybe I should switch back to Word. And then they can move on to identifying their own career and researching information about that career and that kind of thing. But since this is a basic education, starting it off with some more scaffolded examples is probably a good idea. During Jason's stream, he asked about, because he's working on the same project requirements, and he wasn't sure which level of standards to use. So the college and career readiness standards are set to different criteria based on grade levels, and the feedback received from the group that put out the request for the projects is said it was based on the personas, since this isn't for it's for actual clients, but it's not for particular specific clients. It's for anybody who could use it. So there are part of the design criteria we were given was personas of potential learners, and you were to pick one and work on it. And I'm not really doing that. But I think this could apply to any of them. So, and it certainly wouldn't even be a bad thing for anyone, even if you're not doing a little basic education, to do, relating it back to careers and synthesizing the essence of these careers. I might actually even borrow some of this for work at Virginia Career View, which is primarily K through 8, but this could be beneficial to the parents who come asking us why their young children need career information. Okay. Let's see. So if I focus on that and scaffolded examples, then we'll have learners identifying and synthesizing, comparing to others in class, but comparing to, I'm going to write a key, but I'm going to put it in quotation marks. Because again, I'm stressing here and in my thinking that there's not one necessarily right answer. More of just a general guideline or a support on how someone else has done it, how I've done it, really. So in this, I would need to make some case studies and vignettes. Probably 2 or 3. Maybe 4. Just kind of picking that randomly off the top of my head, but it seems like a good number. Oh. And then matching keys to go with those. And then maybe a discussion guide. or like question prompts. For the facilitator or for learners working with each other. I don't know if you guys can hear my husband, he's playing Overwatch. I'm guessing it didn't go his way. But that could be used by the teacher or the learners themselves within the group. And then, of course, the instructor guide, which I've mentioned before. So that, again, would all be one piece of the bigger picture I talked about last stream. But I think it would be a good starting point. And then it would certainly relate more to the career and college readiness standard. And then if I have more time before the design parameters are up for this project, I can do more for the secondary goals and lessons. And let me zoom out. If I still have time, then I can work on that third reflexive piece. If even when the project's guideline for time schedule is complete, I can still work on this project. It's the beauty of open educational resources and having this, the 5 R's: reusable, remixable, remakeable, whatever the other ones are. I can also continue to add on to it and build off of it far after this project is I'm not going to say complete, but reach the end of its expected timeline. So it's Friday. I don't seem to be thinking very well. Maybe probably because of my whiskey. And I totally nerded out on Star Wars this afternoon and was blown away by how good The Force Awakens was. So I lost all of my train of thought on this project that I usually would bring in just so I didn't sit here babbling like an idiot. But I'll hang around for a minute if anybody wants to throw any comments in the chat. Be happy to answer them. As always, comments on the YouTube channel are also welcome. I love comments and feedback. And hopefully next time, maybe I might do a little bit of work coming up with these vignettes or case studies outside of a stream. So you don't see me bumbling through talking through writing for God, who knows how long that would take me. But I'll certainly aim to work on those soon, within the next week, maybe even this weekend. And either be working on them in a Word document or in design, just to shake up the programs I'm using. So I don't see anybody in chat. Thanks for watching. This was a rough one. Happy Friday. Hope you all have a great day.